Hi guys, Tuber here with a new video, and this video is a showcase video for World of Warcraft PvP. A lot of people are still not playing World of Warcraft PvP, or at least like MMORPG, which is World of Warcraft for the PvP, and they think that the grass is always greener on the other side, or will be greener on the other side at one point. And I want to say that currently, I think that if you really want a responsive experience, a good feeling PvP experience, a experience where I think there is enough bragging rights to feel like PvP is satisfying enough to push, I do feel like World of Warcraft PvP can give it to you. I might make a video in the future like the top MMOs for PvP, which I am playing. But the truth is, World of Warcraft PvP is top one. I think you can look at Guild Wars 2, you can look at Throne and Liberty even, you can look at even like other MMOs like Albion Online. You could even look like on Black Desert Online or whatever game you can actually like encounter. I do feel like the PvP for World of Warcraft is probably at its best, and that's without counting Classic. If you don't like the hyper nature of like retail, where everything is coming very fast and you need to like understand every single class, every single thing that is going on your screen, there is also Classic for you guys. And Classic is also a great game for PvP. I even like Classic WoW, even like SOD, like Season of Discovery, even Cataclysm Classic is currently a great PvP experience. I do feel like retail is a bit better though. If you're looking for competitive like PvP and an ever-changing meta, I think Cataclysm Classic without balancing kind of sucks on the meta aspect, because once you have played like a few weeks, you kind of seen everything. Classic is the same, and SOD is an ever-changing meta, but it is ever-changing into the PvE aspect, and they do like literally nothing on the PvP side of things. I believe there is not even like a PvP modifier on everything, so basically PvE balancing is PvP balancing, and they balance around the gear and not really around the spells. While retail, you have PvE balance and you have PvP balance, and yes, balancing is not always like a hit, but I do feel like a PvP game doesn't really resolve only around the balancing on the game. I feel like the game should give you enough things to play around in solo and in group. You have solo queue arena, which is solo shuffle. You have solo queue RBG, which is battleground blitz. For solo queue like random BGs, like again, it's I think one of the best things going on for the War Within. Then you have 2v2, which is still like a great bracket if you want to gain conquest or if you want to push with a friend. You can even play double DPS if you want to. You can just like train a lot of stuff on that. 3v3 will be still the most competitive mode of that. I think if you really want to test your grit and be the best ever, I think it would be around 3v3. And then you have 10v10 RBGs if you have like a guild or a community you can play with, and you can just push rating with that, which is a great thing. If I'm thinking about Guild Wars 2, you have options, but it's really limited. You only have one rated queue, and then you have like casual queue, and then you have also world versus world, which is world PvP, which is a bit more sophisticated than World of Warcraft. It is a more like fortress, keeps, camps centric gameplay where it's objectively better than World of Warcraft. But if you are like looking for the competitiveness or like a more streamlined experience where you know what you're going to face, and it's not going to be like crazy odds to face like a 10 versus 1 on World versus World in Guild Wars 2, here everything is like confined. Like if you're playing 2v2, you're not going to get suddenly like 3v1 by someone, right? Same for solo QRBG, same for solo shuffle. Everything is like known from the start, which is a great thing. I think also the combat is really fantastic, and if you're like me, you don't need to have too many like add-ons, right? Like my UI is pretty clean. If you have watched multiple videos of mine, you know that my UI is very clean. I think the sound design is also there. You know what's up whenever you're like doing a barrier. There is like a sound for a barrier. Nova has always the same sound. If you're doing mirror images, it has also a little sound, although it's a bit hard to grasp. You have alter time, the same. You have also a sound. Blink has a sound. You go back, it has also a sound. Everything is like very heavy on the feel of the game. I feel like the feel of the game is not only the numbers you're doing, it's not only the responsiveness on your spells, but it is also the sound effects on every single spell, on every single encounter, and how it actually is for you. I think the only things that I feel like they need to improve on the gameplay side of things is to reduce the debuffs and reduce the amount of buffs, so you can actually like understand what is going on your side of things with the effects that are on you. For example, if you get bled by a warrior, that you don't get like 5 bleeds on you. Like they could regroup the bleeds into one big debuff, and a bit more noticeable the amount of damage you would get. For example, Guild Wars 2 has it really well. For example, condition damage, which is damage over time. You have multiple like sorts of. You have bleeds, you have poisons, you have confusion, I think, damage. So you have multiple icons, and whenever you're going to stack that damage, it's going to get like a number on it. That is well made, right? You can have like 20 stack bleed, for example. You can have a 5 stack bleed. Bleed is a bleed. It just is that if you're applying another bleed on the bleed, it is going to get a stackable thing on the enemy. Now, obviously, it means that the damage is a little bit less predictable, because you will have to know or go on with your mouse or whatever the amount of damage you're going to get. But to be fair, often and not, you're not going to watch the amount of damage you're going to get from like curses or your corruption. You know that you're getting a curse and a corruption on you. So that's something that they need to improve, I think. But overall, I think like gameplay wise, you already seen my videos for Battleground Blitz. You have seen my Soul Shuffle videos. You have seen my guides. I do feel like you can have a minimalistic UI and still have a lot of info on your screen. Obviously, the more weak auras you have, the more add-ons you have, the easier it is and becomes to actually notice what is on your screen, right? And the more you have, the easier it is also to react on it. So for example, if you don't know who you're facing, it's a Retribution Paladin. If you have a weak aura that is going to say whenever he's going to have wings, well, at least whenever he pops wings, you will see it. Personally, I play every single class, so I cannot understand where the burst is coming from. So I guess that is an advantage that some people don't have. But you can always learn that. So you can do it by watching videos, by watching streams, by playing yourself. I think for all it's worth, and all the critics I had for World of Warcraft PvP, I still think it is the best game of that if you are looking for that experience. And good thing is, I think it is also a game that is always going to evolve. It's not going to be a game where you're not going to hear anything for 2 months. At least for like World of Warcraft itself, I do feel like PvP wise, sometimes we are left into the dirt, but not as much as other like games. Like if you're looking at Guild Wars 2 or looking at Albion Online, although Albion Online is fine, I guess. I don't really know how it works there, so again, I might be wrong. But I know for Guild Wars 2, like structured PvP, which is like PvP like in arenas, for example, or in ranked, sometimes has like difficulties with balancing, and they're very slow on pulling changes. Like sometimes they can announce changes and it will be changed in 1 month and a half, for example. So you will have to wait until they implement that. Now, I think recently they did a patch and they will like bring new changes towards like structured PvP or other like kinds of PvP, like world versus world. But I do feel like I think we have it good at World of Warcraft. I think World of Warcraft has the issue with we know the standards and the quality we have for the game. So obviously, once we are like more in habit with the changes, and at one point they take the changes away from you because they're like busy with other stuff, it kind of sucks. Or for example, in holiday seasons, whenever like they're radio silence for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it kind of sucks because look, they can be reactive whenever they want to. But overall, I think I can recommend everyone to go back to The War Within. I can recommend anyone to actually play the game. I think PvE wise, you can also have a lot of fun, but PvP wise, I think it is one of the best games on the market. And yes, even like solo queue RPG, where it's very random. We are 2k MMR for some reason, okay? But it's very random, and I'm looking forward to play even more on The War Within. Again, thank you for watching this video. Really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, and please be sure to check out the videos so you know what kind of PvP you can expect for World of Warcraft. Again, thank you. Have a great day. Bye.